Hi, good morning, everyone. Hey, buddies. So, how's everyone doing? Are you getting my voice? Is everything good? If yes, then please let me know in the comment section. Welcome to the day 13 of the Neet 50 challenge. Are you getting my voice? Hi, Rohit. Hi, Suresh. Everyone. Good morning. Are you getting my voice? Hi, good morning. Hello, Sudhanshu. Okay, I guess you guys are getting my voice. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Good, good, good. Hello, Akash. So, come on, everyone. First of all, call your friends, and we have to start one chapter. And you know, this chapter is little big as compared to other chapters. This is quite big, so it will take around 3 hours, and we will be doing some questions also. Yes, everything clear? Okay, great, great, great. Okay, great, great, great. Okay, so we are going to start today the chapter which is evolution. And what is this chapter all about? Now, first of all, I'll tell you there are some new topics which are being added, which are added in this, the chapter. So those new chapters also, new topics also we will be discussing because they are added by NMC, so we cannot skip them. And chances are that the question can be asked from that topic as well. So here, let's start the session. Here, guys, we will be talking about the evolution, and we will be doing some questions also. So before proceeding further, I would like to see this particular chapter, whatever we will be dealing today. We will be primarily focusing on the NCERT. That means, buddies, again I'm saying paper will be as per the NCERT, and whatever is there in NCERT, we will be discussing everything, and that too on point. And as I have promised to all my students that we want selection, and you guys are so consistent. You guys are so consistent. I'm really proud of you. Yes. Okay. So topic is this. So let's start. Okay. So what is the evolution? Evolution actually is a branch of science, evolutionary biology. It is a branch of science. First, I'll let you understand this topic, and slowly, buddies, we will be proceeding further. And yes, I will be asking some questions also. So it is a study of origin of life, how life came on this earth surface, evolution of different life form on the earth. That comes under the evolutionary biology given by Mayer in 1970. Now, what is this evolution? Evolution is a gradual process. It is that process which is reversible or irreversible. This is the irreversible process. That means we cannot go back to the previous time where other species used to exist. So that reversal is not possible. So what is our evolution? Evolution. Evolution means gradual changes. It means what? Gradual changes. Gradual changes. And if, buddies, I am saying gradual changes doesn't mean that within a year changes are occurring. That means the changes are occurring in millions of years. So that is that. So gradual changes, and these changes, they are irreversible. Irreversible. Right? And if I talk about why these changes are occurring, so that they can better adapt to the surrounding. So this is for the survival. Survival or adaptations. Right? So that they can survive, they can adapt. So that is the reason the life came on this earth's surface, and this is how they are adapting. Clear? Okay? Clear? Okay. Now let's proceed further. Now let's talk about the origin of life. So what are we dealing now? Origin of life, origin of universe. We will be discussing everything. So first let's talk about the origin of universe. Origin of universe is given in the theory which is a Big Bang theory. Yes. See, buddies, again I'm telling you. This is again, everything will be as per the NCERT. Whatever we are discussing here, they are directly from your NCERT. So you should have your NCERT open in front of you. And the second thing is you should have your notes also, because simultaneously you can write everything whatever I am writing on the board. Done? Clear? Now this is first. So how we are going to proceed for the evolution? So evolution may first of all the universe evolution. Then we will be talking about how our galaxy formation occur. That is the origin of our galaxy. And what's the name of our galaxy? That is the, you all know, that is Akash Ganga, or the another name also that you know. Now the third thing is the origin of life. So this is three we will be proceeding. So first let's talk about the universe. Universe theory is given in the theory which is a Big Bang theory. So what do you mean by Big Bang? Big Bang means a huge explosion. Huge explosion. We don't have time machine. We cannot go back to that era. At that particular time we cannot go. And it is considered that this evolution, that means the origin of universe occur around 15 billion ago, or the 15 to 20 billion year ago. Billion years ago. I will be again explaining you everything which can be asked in the Neet paper. Okay? Yes. Now Big Bang theory is all about what? This is theory. According to this theory, the origin evolution at this particular time, origin of earth is also given, origin of life is also given. Now what do you mean by the Big Bang? Big Bang means some cosmic matter came, and because of that cosmic matter there was a huge explosion. Because of what? The cosmic matter. Some cosmic matter came on the earth, and that caused the huge explosion. Huge explosion. Right? With time, yes, it took years, and because of that year, what happens is there will be condensation, and there were involvement of gases, which is very important, which can be asked in a paper, hydrogen and helium. And due to the condensation, today we have is a universe, and universe proposed, the theory was proposed by this one, right? Clear? And the question comes, how these condensation occur? Can you tell me? See, first of all, there was an explosion, a bam dhamaka, right? That happened. When? That is around 15 to 20 billions ago. Now the next thing is, then there will be condensation. What is the reason behind the condensation? Ma'am, what to read? Sagar, I'll let you know. We have to read everything which is there in the NMC syllabus. Yes. Come on. Gravitation. So that condensation occur because of the gravitation. Clear? Nothing more to understand in this topic. Now let's talk about here only. Then there is formation of galaxy. Formation of galaxy. Galaxy. So galaxy, for this we have a well-known hypothesis. The name of that hypothesis is nebular hypothesis. Hypothesis. There are lots of, millions of galaxies are there, but here we are just talking about our Milky Way galaxy. Milky Way galaxy. That is Akash Ganga galaxy. And what is the name of this hypothesis? Name of hypothesis is nebular hypothesis. Now moving on to the next is origin of life. Origin of life. Then came the life. First 15 to 20 billion years ago. Clear? Then came the Milky Way galaxy. Then came the life around 4 to 4.5 billion years ago. Clear? The life came. Now let's talk about it. Clear? 4.5 billion years. So for this, different scientists came forward. So first is the theory of the special creation. Now theory of special creation was given by Father Soras. Now what is this theory all about? He did not believe in the evolution. So he was like, there is nothing termed as evolution. He said whatever species exist today, they evolved in the same form. I mean to say, suppose if I talk about the humans are here. So he said when human came, so human were like the humans only. It was not like we are descended from chimpanzees, the monkeys, etc. It was not like that. He said whatever species exist, so they used to exist in that form only. So he doesn't believe in the theory of evolution. So next is the cosmozoic theory. So next theory is the cosmozoic theory. So cosmozoic theory is all about what? He said, this was proposed by the Richter. He said Key, they are the unit of life. By mistake, this line is written here, and this belongs to this theory. Unit of life spores were transferred to different planets, including Earth. So we have, the different, the cosmic particles coming to the Earth's surface. Sometimes the fungal spores and other things, they are also present. So this gave us the idea that maybe life was present on any other planet, and because of, the cosmic activities, because of, other activities, they came on the Earth's surface. Right? So this was the cosmic theory. So first is the theory of special creation given by the father Soras. Done. Second is a cosmozoic theory proposed by the Richter. Then came the theory of the spontaneous generation. This was the theory number 1, theory number 2, theory number 3. Spontaneous generation theory is also termed as abiogenesis or autogenesis. Abiogenesis. So this theory was given by whom? This theory was given by Aristotle. By Aristotle. Now, what is this theory all about? Let's understand this. We have just started, Monica. Hi, good morning. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now, this was given by Aristotle. Now, abiogenesis theory states that life, whatever exists today, right? They are evolved or they are formed from the abiogenesis, that means from the non-living substances. Clear? So this was supported by the Greek philosopher Thales, Anaximander, Xenophanes, Plato, Empedocles, but it was given by Aristotle. Given by Aristotle. Point clear? Let's do a revision. If you want to do a revision, let's do a revision also. So first we talked about the universe, right? Second we talked about the galaxy. Clear? So in the galaxy and then came the evolution of Earth, right? Then came the Earth evolution. So Earth evolution here we are not studying. The reason is at the time we will be doing the organic evolution. That time I will be telling you how the Earth evolved. So this is how I teach, so that students they can have a comparative understanding of the topic. Now then comes after this, then comes the theory of biogenesis. Okay. Then comes the next theory of biogenesis. Earlier it was abiogenesis, now it is biogenesis. So biogenesis theory means life formed from living substances. Life is formed from living substances, not from non-living substances. Life was formed from the living substances, right? And this was given by Pasteur, Louis Pasteur ji, right? You all know the Pasteur. And Pasteur, he did one experiment. What was that? That was a swan experiment. Guys, do you have any idea about that experiment? Louis Pasteur, absolutely right, Rohit. And what was that experiment all about? That experiment was all about, he took a flask, and in that flask he took a nutritive broth. Clear? The neck of that flask was S-shaped. So that is the reason the experiment name is swan neck experiment. So first what he did, he boiled the broth so that other microorganisms should not be there. Later on, after some time, when he cooled down the nutritive medium, he realized there was no growth. Second, what he did, he broke the neck. Then he realized some life forms are there. Similar type of experiment was done by another scientists. That is the Lazzaro Spallanzani and the Francesco Redi experiment. These are the different scientists that did the same. Similarly, Louis Pasteur also did the same experiment, and after that they came to know that this is the theory of biogenesis. Biogenesis, that means life formed from the living organism, not from the non-living organism. Right? Hope a good revision is happening. Everyone is enjoying. Okay. Now then comes the modern chemical theory of origin of life. This theory of origin of life was given by A.I. Oparin and J.B.S. Haldane. He was Russian and that was an England-born Indian scientist. Now, they published a book whose name was Origin of Life in 1938. And they gave a super important line. And what was that line? So, the line was, when we talk about life formation occurred first abiogenetically and then biogenetically. So, this was that. Now, what he said, see, everything, direct line from NCERT is there on the board, so that you can have a clear understanding of the topic. This was proposed by Oparin and Haldane, most important and the well accepted theory today. Today we all accept this theory. It states that life formed from life originated from non-living inorganic organic molecules. First life was formed from non-living substances, and non-living substances were the inorganic substances and the organic substances such as methane, ammonia, water, sugar, protein, nucleic acid, etc. So they said abiogenesis first, but biogenesis ever since. Now can I ask you guys some questions? First, who is going to tell me who gave the theory of abiogenesis? Write down in the comment section. Come on. Who gave the theory of abiogenesis? Come on, do it fast. Everyone, do it fast. Come on, do it fast. Who gave the theory of abiogenesis? Aristotle. Yes, Sagar. Aristotle is a correct answer. Clear? Aristotle is a correct answer. Right? Whereas, who disproved the theory of abiogenesis? Yes, Kanishka. Are you going to tell me? No, Madhu. It's not Oparin. Oparin is this chemical theory of origin of life. And who disproved the theory of abiogenesis? Madhu, Savita. Come on, try. Who disproved the theory of abiogenesis? Do you want me to repeat the topic? I can do that also. Still feeling sleepy, guys? Louis Pasteur, absolutely right. Louis Pasteur, yes, good job, good going, right? Very nice, very nice. So Louis Pasteur did some experiment, and that was supported by other experiments also, like Francisco Redi and Lazaro Splenzani experiment. Okay, so this was the theory. Now, let's talk about origin of Earth. Now, why am I discussing this now? The reason is I have to discuss the chemical evolution theory experimental proof. So that is the reason I am discussing this now. You know, at earlier time when I said, so first thing is, see, everything we will do. First, there was a Big Bang. Big Bang theory. Then came the next one. The next one was the nebular hypothesis. Nebular hypothesis. Clear? Big Bang theory gives us an idea of origin of universe. Clear? Then came the nebular hypothesis. Nebular hypothesis gives us an idea of the Milky Way galaxy formation. Milky Way galaxy. Point clear to all my students? Now we have to know that how Earth formation occur. After that, Earth. So when there was a huge explosion and later on there was, the Milky Way formation occurred, and then it led to the formation of Earth. And on the Earth, if you know, there were a lot of activity. One of the activity was volcanic eruptions. Volcanic eruption. There were a lot of volcanic activity. Lot of volcanic activities at that time when this Earth formation occurred. So what do you think? Which type of gases will come out? So from here, different gases like CH4, like ammonia, like H2, like water vapor used to come out. Water vapor used to come out. Clear? When volcanic eruption occur, that also lead to eruption of, the molten mass. Molten mass. And you all know molten mass lead to the formation of black soil. So because of this, there was formation of a black soil. Is this point clear? To everyone, everyone. Clear or not? Yes? Yes or no? Come on, tell me. Yes? Now, as there was volcanic eruption, so you all know UV rays were coming. UV rays were coming, right? Is this point clear? Why UV rays was there? Yes, Avita, why UV rays were there? Because ozone was not there. Because ozone was not there. So it caused the splitting of water. Oxygen. With time, this oxygen formed the ozone layer. Ozone layer. Is this point clear? Everyone? Yes or no? So oxygen reacted with other things also. How? I'll show you. So later on, this was light. Right? Hydrogen was light, so hydrogen was also coming. In fact, whatever water was present, that was present in vapor form. So because of the vapor form, there was cloud formation. And because of the cloud formation, there was rainfall. And because of the rainfall, today we have ocean and sea. Yes, all of you? Is it? Yes, lightning activities were also there. Yes. Clear? So oxygen was there. Oxygen formed the ozone layer. Oxygen formed the ozone layer. This oxygen reacted with other molecules also. This oxygen, first it formed the ozone. This oxygen reacted with ammonia and it forms the NO2. This oxygen also reacted with CH4 and it forms the carbon dioxide. So first thing is there was volcanic eruption. Initially UV rays were coming because second thing over there ozone was absent. Ozone was absent. Clear? Third thing, temperature was high. Was high. Oxygen was not present free. Oxygen was present in another form. So there was a reducing atmosphere. Reducing atmosphere. There was thundering and lightning activity. Thundering and lightning activity. Are you able to understand the concept, everyone? Yes? So let's see. First there was a Big Bang. Then came the nebular hypothesis. Then came the Earth. If we talk about the primitive atmosphere of Earth, so first there was a volcanic eruption. This line is already there in NCERT, so we are discussing. So because of volcano, the methane, the ammonia, the water vapor, H2 used to come out. Along with that, the soil formation also occurred because of the volcanic eruption. Next thing is, as UV was not there, so what happened? Right? Yes? So UV was not there. So UV rays, because ozone was not there, so UV rays were coming, due to which there was splitting of water. So this water split into two, that is a H2 plus oxygen. Oxygen led to the formation of ozone later on. It also combined with the NH3 and CH4 and later on it forms the other gases. Now next thing is water. Whatever water was present in the vapor form, that water as it was present in the vapor form, it forms the clouds, rainfall occurred, and today we have the oceans and other things. Yes, good. Lightning was also occurred. So what other things were there? Temperature was really very high. temperature was really very high. Reducing atmosphere was there, right? Thundering and the light emitting activities were. Now, is this point clear? Because now we have to proceed towards, in this prevailing condition, in this condition, how different life formed. Clear? Now, we were on to this, the chemical theory. Now, let's move on to the experimental evidence of chemical origin of life. Now, again, remember, chemical origin of life was given by Oparin and Haldane. Oparin and Haldane. This was given by Oparin and Haldane. Point clear? What they said, abiogenesis first, and then biogenesis. This is what they said. They said life formed from organic and inorganic substances. This is what he said. Clear? Simultaneously, buddies, we are revising also everything. Reducing, oxygen was not there, Sagar. Oxygen was not there, so that means reducing it. For molten material with rain from the ocean world salty. Yeah, that is the reason. Okay, clear? Now we are talking about the experimental evidence. Not only one scientist which you study, were other scientists also who did the same experiment. Yes. So what is this experiment name? This was given by Miller and Urey. Miller and Urey experiment. Now, what do we mean by the experimental evidence? Experimental evidence means whatever inorganic and organic molecule they said they formed first, but the prevailing at that particular time period, whatever condition were prevailing, so they brought up those conditions here in the laboratory. And in the laboratory, they wanted to know whether the same thing is occurring or not. Now, here, listen. Chemical evolution. They created condition like that of a primitive earth, that is high temperature, volcanic storm, reducing atmosphere. Reducing atmosphere, again I am saying no oxygen, with CH4, NH3, water and H2O, etc. They did same condition. Let's have a look. So this is the diagram which is there in your book. Now what is this? So what they took two different flasks, right? Two rounded flasks they took. First thing is, they have to increase the temperature. As one of the students said, ki 800 degrees Celsius. So same temperature we have to maintain here. So what they took is, they took boiling water. Here the water was boiling, and whatever water was present at that particular time was in the presence of vapor. So definitely when water will boil, so H2 vapor form will come here. Clear? First thing, they used a vacuum pump. Yes. Why vacuum pump? Because they wanted to create a condition of reducing atmosphere. No oxygen. So they eliminated all the oxygen. In another flask, the bigger flask, they took CH4, NH3, H2O and H2. Yeah? So the ratio was 2:1. H2O was present in enormous amount because water was boiling. So for this, there is no ratio. And this. So it was like CH4, NH2 and NH3 and the H2. 2, 1, 2. This was the ratio they created. Done. Now, they used some electrode also, because at that time there was lightning and thundering activity. There was lightning and thundering activity. Lightning and thundering activity. Clear? Now what else is left? Nothing. See, temperature we have already increased. We have used the vacuum also. Lightning and thundering activity was there. Whatever water was present, that was in the presence of vapor. Ritika, good job. Now they left the setup like this. And after some days, what they realize, in this form, there were formation of certain substances. Now what they realize, see, after some days they came back. and they wanted to see what all things formation occurred here. See, temperature was really very high. So all these gases, whatever were present here, they must have formed some substances, but they wanted to collect it. But temperature was high. So how did they collect? How did they collect? They took the substances in this pipe. They really condensed it. Condense it means they decrease the temperature. How? Because here water was coming and water was going out. So it is like a pipe in which the substances are there, and outside it the cold water was there. So definitely the temperature will come down. Then we collected this with the help of this tap and water containing organic compound. Then they realized that in the water which they collected from here, they were having organic substance. Okay, Ritvika. Yes? Okay. Now tell me, what all substances were present here in the water? Now, amino acid in water. Now, who is going to tell me what all amino acids are there in the water? Come on. 3 amino acids were there. Come on. Tell me. How many amino acids were there? Yes? 3? We talked about, we will be discussing 3. One of the very important question which has been asked multiple times. What was that? Ag. Very nice. Ag. Alanine, aspartic acid, and glycine. Ag was there. What all things were there? Ag. Clear? Yes. So this was there. Okay. Okay. Now let's come back. Now, what was the theory all about? Where is that? Yes, this is what we studied. Now, Perrin and Haldane, they said the same thing. They said first there was inorganic substances formation, and later on from that inorganic substances, organic substances formation occur. And the same thing was seen in the Miller-Urey experiment also. Now listen very carefully. Perrin and Haldane said they used carbon, hydrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, etc. and etc. Later on, they realized it led to the formation of some inorganic substances such as CH4 was there. Some substances like CH4, the HCN formation occur. And those substances that lead to the formation of simple substances like simple sugar, the amino acid, and later on it forms the other substance. So what was the sequence which they talked about? Let's have a look. They said carbon, hydrogen, oxygen in combined form, H2O, nitrogen, sulfur, what else we are left with? Phosphorus. Whenever we take, this led to the formation of CH4 and HCN. Right? HCN. Right? This is a dehydrogenatic agent which is very important. That lead to the formation of the simple sugar. Formation of simple sugar, simple monosaccharides. That lead to the formation of amino acid. That led to the formation of simple fat that led to the formation of the nucleotide and nucleoside. That's it. Which further combine and forms the complex carb, then the proteins, fat, DNA, RNA. What they done? This is what they said. This is what the Perrin and Haldane said. And this was the experiment done. So what did we got to know? So there was a formation of these substances. That's it. Clear? Done? Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, CH4, HCN. Yes. Done? Okay. Oh, now let's read. They made electrode discharge. Everything this we have already read. Now. Now let's talk about the evidences of organic evolution. Let's talk about now the evidences of organic evolution. Is this point clear? Now in the evidences of, there are various evidences, paleontological, comparative, everything is there in your syllabus. Everything we are discussing. Okay. So first let's talk about the paleontological evidences. So paleontology means what? Paleontology means study of fossils. So there are various type of fossils. First, you all know fossils are found in sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks. So these are termed as sedimentary fossils. Clear? Now if this is a rock, and in this rock suppose a fossil is there, fossil 1 is present here, and we have a fossil present here, which one will be having more age? Definitely this one will be having more age. Clear? With that we can determine the evolution. Okay, now can you tell me a method by which we can determine the age of the fossil? Come on, how can we determine the age of the fossil? Come on, tell me. F1? Yes, F1 will be having more age. So how can we determine the age of the fossil? By the carbon dating method. Carbon dating method. This is a method by rough estimation, mostly used. We can determine the age of fossil. Age of fossil. Age of fossil. Yes. Acha, can you tell me there is any other method also? Radiocarbon dating, that is fine. Now can you tell me there is any other evidences also? Any other way also by which we can determine? Come on. This is most commonly used. That is a carbon dating method. There is another, nuclear spin resonance, which is more accurate. Clear? Done? Now with the help of this fossil we can determine the age also. But do we have any other type of fossils also? Do we have any other type of fossils also? Yes, we have other type of fossils also. Like, have you heard of coprolites? Coprolite means feces. Feces. If we see some feces, right? Feces are there. So with the help of feces we can determine what kind of organism these, electrons, yes. Clear? So these type of organisms were there. This is one type. There are other types also. Unaltered fossils. Fossils. Unaltered means no change at all. For example, mammoth, right? That means no change at all, because they were buried on ice. Mammoth. We have a very good example, that is mammoth. Now other example, coprolite is there. Acha, we have a print fossils also. We have print fossils also. Suppose there are pug marks. So with the help of pug marks also we can determine. Yes, feces of fossils also we can determine. Okay, now why the fossils are important? Fossils are important for the phylogeny, that is a race history. Today we got to know that horses, the size of horses today is not as that it used to exist earlier. So it was like a size of a fox, and now it's quite big. The study of connecting link between the two group of organisms, for example, Archaeopteryx. Two group of organisms. So can you tell me Ritvika, nucleus pe acha, petrified fossils are also there. Yes. Acha, Petrified. Okay, petrified. First, I'll explain it. I'll explain you that also. First, one student said there is a petrified fossils also. There is petrified. Can anyone tell me what is petrified fossil? Yes, that is also a type. Petrified fossils is like with time our skin and the muscles they degenerate. Soft part they degenerate. And what is left is only hard part, and rest everything will be replaced by the organic substances. That comes under the petrified fossils. Okay, you know, body cells, they do not remain as such. Now moving on to the next, what was she asking? Nuclear spin resonance, it is also another method, just like that of a carbon dating method. Iske liye detail mein I don't think so that is required. Only thing you have to understand is this is more accurate. This is also one of the method. This is most widely used, but this is more accurate. That's it. Okay. Yes, potassium argon method is there. A lot of methods are there. Okay. Now, to study the connecting link between the two organisms, Archaeopteryx. And you only told me that Archaeopteryx is a connecting link between Archaeopteryx. Does it exist today? No. How did we got to know that Archaeopteryx used to exist? Because we got to know about it with the help of its fossils. And Archaeopteryx is the connecting link between, it is the link between birds and mammals. Oh, sorry, birds and reptiles. What type of features do they having? Yes, it is a missing link. Good, good, good. Yes, Saga, this is a missing link. Connecting, they connect two different, you know, the structures, but it is missing. Missing means it doesn't exist anymore. Clear? Now, this is a birds and reptiles. So, birds, just like the birds, the body was covered with feathers. They used to fly. And just like the reptiles. What were different reptile features present in these organisms? Who's going to tell me? Archaeopteryx. Ritvika, right. But one of the students said ki ma'am, Sagar said ki ma'am, it is a missing link. Absolutely right. This is a missing link. Because connecting, you know, missing is a part of connecting. Missing means they do not exist anymore. Yes? Oh. Come on. What all features were present? Come on, come on. They are dead. Birds, birds and tail from the peak like that of a bird. Absolutely right. And tail like that of the reptile. Is that so? Yes. Okay. One second. Yes. So, yes. So, like that of a bird, it can fly. It was having a tail like that of a reptile. They were having scales present on them with like that of a reptile. Okay, that is fine. To study about the extinct animals. Today we know a dinosaur used to exist, but you know, these organisms, they were present in some particular time period, but now they do not exist. We got to know about them through the paleontology of them. To study about the geological period by analyzing the fossils of the sedimentary rock layer. This you only told me. Ma'am, when it is there in F1, they are having more age. F2 will be having less age. The study showed the different life form varied over lifetime. Certain life forms are restricted to certain geological time period only. And in this case, we have only one very good example. And what is that? That is a dinosaur. Dinosaur used to exist at a particular geological time period. Now moving on to the next is, not only this, many students, they study different other things also, though it is not there in NCERT. Guys, do you know about atavism? Atavism and vestigial organ. Vestigial organ. Do you have any idea about atavism and vestigial organ? It's already 45 minutes ho gaye. Ritika, 45 minutes is over. Chalo. Atavism means reversal. And it means character reverse hote hain. Characters are reversed. Some character in lifetime. Sometime. For example, tail. For example, tail. Yes? Yes. Absolutely right. So, vestigial organs are those organs which are of no use but still present in organism. Clear? So here the examples are the nictitate. Here one of the example was auricular muscles of pinna. Many people they can move the pinna. Next thing is vermiform appendix. Like this, there are lot of examples. So what does vestigial organs give us? Yes, Vrinda, reappearance of function of organ that are vestigial reappearance. So that means they are of again, they again came. Okay. So here atavism. Atavism means reversals. So here you can take another example of nictitating membrane also. Nictitating membrane. Yeah. Vermiform appendix, auricular muscles of pinna. Coccyx, yes, coccyx, body here, abdominal muscles, right, right, right. You want to write, you want everything in detail? Abdominal muscles. Okay, so everything they comes under this. Yeah. Okay. Now let's move on to the next. Comparative anatomy and morphology. First, homology. Acha. For this, let's do a cheat. Fatafat se let's understand. Homology. Homology. Or homologous organ. Here, analog. Homology or analog. Yeah. Now let's do this. So homology. Homology gives us an idea of divergent evolution. Divergent evolution. It gives, I'll explain you everything, idea about convergent evolution. Now I have cheat for you. Okay, how can you remember? Now, in summer, what do we like? HD wala, high definition television chahiye. Television chahiye. Array, life is sorted when we have AC also. H, homology. D, divergent evolution. A, analogy. C is convergent. AC means your air conditioner. है ना? Yeah? Okay, I'll explain you this. Okay? Now, अब देखो. It is clear. अब one mark, one question is तो दंडनाटन. Divergent evolution. What do we mean by divergent evolution? Divergent means they are diverging. Done? 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 Clear? Convergent means they are converging. Converging. Done? This point is clear? Ab. How to remember things. See, from the diagram itself, we can remember. From the diagram itself, now we can remember. Clear? What is the divergent evolution? Divergent means from a family, people are diverging in various directions. So they have a common origin. Common origin. Mean to say structural similarity. Structural similarity. But they are diverging. That means functions are different. functions are different. Are you getting my point? Are you able to understand the concept? See, divergent, HDAC. Clear? वैसे भी you will be giving your exam in summers. So HD तो it's like next level, and AC के बिना तो we can't even survive today. Now this is the convergent evolution. So convergent evolution is what? It means no common ancestry. No common ancestry. Ab all the NEET aspirants, are they showing convergent evolution or divergent evolution? Good. Come on. Are NEET aspirants, come on, are they showing convergent evolution or divergent evolution? We are showing convergent evolution because we have a one target. Clear? We do not have a common ancestry. This is just a way of remembering. We do not have a common ancestry. This student is also studying, another student is also studying. We do not have a common origin. Clear? But we have same function. Right? Even structure is different. That's it. Done. Ho gaye. This topic is done. So how many marks? 4 marks are done. So from this topic, 4 marks you can easily, from this slide itself. Done? Chalo, let's read this. Similarity based on common origin, similar basic plan of organization, embryonic development, homology. Similarity in appearance and function is not necessary. This is homology. Organism who show structure which show homologous similarity, that is a homologous organ. So in homologous organ, your NCERT talks about these 2 examples. And what all examples we have to study? Only those which are there in NCERT. Now whatever you study from X book, Y book, Z book, that's not required. NCERT is enough. So here we have an example of Bougainvillea and Cucurbita. If you look at these, the thorns of Bougainvillea and the tendrils of Cucurbita, these 2. What are these? These are the modification of auxiliary buds. Modification of auxiliary buds. Clear? Acha. Now can you tell me, and both are having the common C, auxiliary bud modification, but the function is different. Thorns, they helps in protection, tendrils helps in providing the support. Okay, now tell me, what is the similarity between man, cheetah, whale and bat? Come on. What is the similarity between man, cheetah, whale and bat? Come on. Do it fast. Now example, come on. Bud modify. No, I am asking this. What is the similarity? What are these? What is the similarity? Come on, tell me. Fatafat se. They are mammals. Good job. Very nice. So they are mammals. So man, cheetah, whale and the bats, they are mammal. And if you look at their 4 limbs, structure is very much similar. Chalo, let's do locomotion and movement also. What is the name of this bone? Humerus. 2 bone, radius, ulna. Radius towards the thumb. Radius, ulna. Then we have is a carpals, metacarpals, phalanges. How many phalanges? 14 phalanges are there. See, everyone, you can see humerus is there. Though the size may differ. Clear? But you can see the function is different. Clear? Structural similarity is there. See, there will be humerus, 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 humerus. If it is not visible properly, you can refer to your NCERT. Clear? Now there is a radius and ulna, radius and ulna, radius and ulna, radius and ulna. Now here if I talk about man, it helps in holding the object. In case of cheetah, running. In case of whale, swimming. Bat, holding. Okay, yes, 14 phalanges are there. Okay. How many bones are there here? 30, total 30. 1, 2, 3, then we have is a 8 bone here, 5, 14. Okay. Now moving on to the AC. So AC may we have is an analogy, similarity based on similar function. Organ which have a different origin, dissimilar in fundamental structure, but have a same function is analogous organ. So now it is like analogous. You guys are analogous, right? You show convergent evolution. You have only one target, that is to qualify Neet. That is the reason you are here. Okay. So here the examples are eyes of octopus and of mammal. Eyes of octopus and mammal. What is the similarity? They have eye and used in vision. Clear? Flippers of penguins and dolphin. Different? Penguin, dolphin, complete different. Now, sweet potato, which is a root modification, potato, which is a stem modification. So these are the AC, your analogous structures. Okay, Ritvika, metacarpal 5, carpals 8, phalanges 14, humerus 1, radius 1, ulna 1. Okay, 30. Okay, but in case of limb, in case of, hind limb, in case of leg, we have one extra bone present, which is a patella, and that is the reason if I talk about the tarsals, they are 7 in number. Yes, Ritvika? Now you'll be like, ma'am, why we are studying locomotion and movement in this chapter? Yes, we will qualify. We have to. Okay. 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 Let's look at this. One diagram is given. What is another evidence? Biochemical evidence. Many organisms, those similarity in protein, genes, other biomolecule, metabolism, it indicate the common ancestry. Okay. If same gene is functioning in me and same gene is functioning in you, that means we are somewhere or other related to each other. Isn't it? Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Embryological evidence, most important. Okay. We will read this. Give me some time. I have to drink some water. Okay. Embryological evidence. Okay. Now, embryological evidence was given by Ernest Haeckel. Right? Very important. It was disapproved by. Who disapproved it? This was disapproved. Very important question. By von Baer. Very, very, very important. Very, very, very important. Now, Ernest Haeckel. What did Ernest Haeckel said? He said all vertebrate embryo, they have a common feature that are absent in adult. Clear? Some common feature. And what are these common features? Common feature is like presence of notochord, pharyngeal gill slits. These are the some common features. Clear? Present where? Present, if I talk about, present in all vertebrates. So there is notochord and pharyngeal gill slit. Gill slit. This is what they said. He said either we take an example of birds or we take an example of amphibian, during the embryonic stage, we show all these characteristics. This is what he said. All vertebrate embryo, including human. Vertebrates may we have birds also, we have mammals also, we have reptiles also, we have amphibians also. Your Pisces also comes under this category. Isn't it? Okay. Develop vestigial gill slit just behind the head. But it is functional only in fishes, not found in other vertebrate. Clear? Pharyngeal gill slits are not found anywhere. They are only found in, fishes. They are only functional in fishes. We do not require them. So that means it gives us an idea that we all have a common ancestor. This is what the Ernest Haeckel said. Okay. Now, however, Carl Ernst von Baer rejected this proposal. Very important. This has been asked multiple times in Neet. He noted that embryos never pass through the adult stages of other animal. He said each organisms go through two type of character. One is a general character and another one is a speed character. Clear? Characters are of two type. one generalized character and some specialized character. He said each organism developed from a generalized character and then moved towards a specialized character. It doesn't give any idea of evolution. This is what Weinberg said. Very, very, very important. Clear? Okay. Now, then comes the evidences from biogeography. Biogeography means a particular location. Okay. Now, let's move on this. First is adaptive radiation. Adaptive radiation. In this adaptive radiation, this is also very important evidence by biogeography. This is evidence by biogeography. Clear? Now, here, what are these Darwin finches? So, Darwin went to Galapagos Island, and on the Galapagos Island, he said, if finches, that means these black color birds which were there, so they were originated from a common ancestor, that is the original seed-eating bird. So original seed-eating bird was there, and because of the different environmental condition, to different kind of food preferences, they migrated to different, they were having different adaptation. So original, they were seed eating, so they were having a particular beak size. Those who were insectivorous, they were of different beak size. Those who were cactus eating, they were of different beak size and shapes. So he said they adapted to different kind of radiation from a common ancestor. And common ancestor was what? Common ancestor was what, buddies? That was original seed eating. Original seed eating. Right? And this was given by Darwin when he was on a voyage and when he went to the Galapagos Island, which is basically formed by the 22 different islands. Now, another example is given by the marsupial radiations. Marsupials. What are marsupials? Marsupials comes under the pouched animal. So, they give rise to underdeveloped baby and keep the babies in their pouches. Yes, keep the babies in their pouches. So, this here, one kind of adaptive radiation was seen in case of a marsupial. So, that is also an adaptive radiation. So, they adapted to different environmental conditions. According to different environmental conditions, they adapted themselves. So, here in this, we have a Tasmanian wolf, tiger cat, banded anteater, marsupial rat, the kangaroos, wombat, bandicoot, koala, marsupial moles, sugar gliders, etc. are there. This is also adaptive radiation. Again, I'm saying yes, super important. Each and every word line, you have to, these names, koala, marsupial moles, you have to understand. Now, I'll be discussing one last year paper also, last year question also. Okay. Now, similar kind of adaptation, similar kind of, evolution, right? One adaptive radiation was seen in case of placental mammals also. So, it was like same placental mammals were showing the same kind of adaptive radiation just like that of the Australian marsupials. Australian marsupials. So, placental mammals is like they were having placenta, so they give rise to fully developed baby. The marsupials were those who give rise to underdeveloped baby and keep them in their pouch. Yes, done. So, when we realize that these two type of adaptive radiation was there and they are occurring parallelly. What are these? Parallel evolution was occurring. One evolution was this and another evolution was this. One evolution was this, another evolution was this. Same thing is occurring, right? In an area. So that comes under a convergent evolution. Why? Because if you look at the mole of placental animal, they are very much similar to marsupial mole. Anteater was very much similar to the numbat. Mouse was very much similar to the marsupial mouse. Lemur was very much similar to spotted cascus. Squirrel, flying phalanger. Bobcat, Tasmanian tiger cat. Wolf, Tasmanian wolf. Similarity was there. So it is like in your house, some adaptive radiation is occurring. In the another house adjacent to you, the same kind of adaptive radiations is occurring. And you will realize both these adaptive radiation, they are similar to each other. So this comes under the category of what? Convergent evolution. Clear? Convergent evolution. Very, very, very important concept. Convergent evolution. Now you will be like, ma'am, what is this convergent evolution? Is it related to analogy? Analogy was something else. Analogy was also showing the convergent evolution AC. But here also these two type of organisms, they were also showing the convergent evolution. Everyone will remember this. Very, very, very important. Now what was the last year question? Last year question was, we have to match. Like mouse, marsupial mouse. Lemur, spotted cascus. The flying squirrel, flying phalanges. So this was a match which came. So all of you, one ACHD, done, 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 done. And the second thing is this thing. Write it 5 times. 5 times are enough. If you'll write this for 5 times, that means this topic is also done, 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 done. So they were having same features. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now, buddies, we have to move on to the next topic. Yes, we will be able to, mostly we'll be able to complete this topic by 1. We will 100% try. Okay? So don't worry. In a beautiful way, we will do this chapter. Done, 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 done. Very nice. What was the issue? Exam fight. What's the issue? Okay. Now the theory of evolution. Now in theory of evolution, there is new topic added. Do you know what is that? Neo-Darwinism. Have you seen the topic of NMC syllabus? So one new topic is there, which is Neo-Darwinism. If you haven't studied that, we will study that today. Okay? Okay. So first, Lamarckism. First theory, Lamarckism. Theory of inheritance of acquired character was given by a scientist whose name was Jean-Baptiste de Lamarck. Clear? Rohan, we have already done divergent evolution. We will do that. We will, Ritvika, then we will do that. Rohan, we have already done that. You can watch this session, and once we will do this, you can go back and you can watch it again. Okay? Otherwise, we won't be able to complete the topic. Okay. Theory of inheritance of acquired character. This was given by Jean-Baptiste de Lamarck. He said, if I wish to increase my muscle size, I can increase. If I wish to increase my neck size, I can do that. So, there are changes which I can do. If I don't want to use a particular organ, so that means those organs will be degenerated. So he gave the concept of use and disuse of organ. Use and disuse of organ. He said, more we will use the organ, it will increase in size. More we will less use the organ, it will decrease the size. This is what they said. He basically gave the concept, and concept was in these lines. Internal vital force, every organism, they have a need to change. And because of the environment, they do the changes. As per the environment and new needs, they do some changes. They use organ and disuse the organ. If they use the organ more, that will increase the size. If they use less use that organ, so that will decrease the size. Inheritance of acquired character. That means if I'll increase the size of my muscle, my kid will be more muscular. This is what they said, which we all know today. We don't follow it. So this was the concept. So it was like, there's a giraffe. Giraffe wanted to eat those leaves which were on top of the tree. So they increase the size, and they increase the size. And today we have is long-necked giraffe with us. So it was all about use and disuse of organ. And today we know, yes, we do not follow this, because more if I am speaking, it doesn't mean my larynx size will increase. If continuously you guys are studying for 14 hours in a day, it doesn't mean your eye size will increase. So that is not possible. Okay, and it's not possible if I'll be more muscular, my child will be more muscular. Okay, now next come the concept that is a Darwinism. So Darwinism is what? Darwinism is a theory, or it was a theory given by the Darwin. The theory was the theory of natural selection. This theory, he was very much influenced by the population theory given by the Malthus. He was so influenced by it. He said, if I talk about the population increase exponentially. Listen very carefully. So there was a theory of population. Theory of population was given by Malthus, right? According to theory of population, the population grow exponentially. Population grow exponentially if resources are unlimited. But if resources are limited, so he said this can lead to natural selection. Then there will be natural selection. Now, how is it possible? I'll let you know. Now, what did Darwin said? Darwin said, I'm explaining the same concept, now the giraffe concept, with the help of a Darwin, whatever Darwin said. Darwin said, in a nature, in a population, there were different kinds of giraffe. Some were having long neck, some were having short neck. As the leaves which were near to ground, they vanished. So those who were having short neck, they were not able to survive. Those who were having big neck, long neck, they were able to survive and they were able to reproduce. So this was a concept given by Darwin. Yes? Okay. Now, what were the different points related to Darwin? So in the theory of natural selection, he gave following points. Overproduction. Each and every organism, they reproduce to a maximum, right? They increase it, right? Now, next is struggle for existence. So if I talk about other species, yes, they produce thousands of eggs, lakhs of eggs during their lifetime. If I talk about insects, they have a capacity of overproduction. So what will happen? Those eggs, they are going to do the struggle, and there will be two kind of struggle. One is intraspecific. One will be intraspecific and another will be interspecific. Interspecific struggle. Which one will be more severe? Which struggle will be more severe? Ma'am, is it a... Yes, organism and population, maybe we have the same thing. Exponential growth, J-shaped, S-shaped growth, in that case also. But here we are talking about the Malthus. He was discussing the concept of, the resources and the population growth in a general way. So that was something else, okay? Which is more intra-specific. Yes, Ritvika. Intra is more severe because the same kind of individuals, they are competing with each other. Okay. Now, variation and heredity. All organisms, either they are from a common parent, they were different from one another. Right? So he said some variations are there. Now, Darwin talked about a very important concept, that is variation. This was the super point of the Darwin. And according to him, the variations were, they show slow, gradual changes. And they said slow, gradual changes. I'm not similar to my sister. We are somewhere or other different to each other. So this is what he said. He said, if there are lakhs of egg, right, there will be competition, there will be lakhs of larvae, and those larvae, they will be competing with each other, and they all will be different from each other, and they will be having the capability, they can have the babies, that means heredity, they can possess it, is also survival of the fittest in natural selection. Those larvae who will be stronger, who will be having different kind of adaptation, they will survive, and that will be selected by nature. And again, there will be speciation that can lead to the speciation or the species formation. Now, here I talked about a concept which is a natural selection. Natural means nature selected. In that case, I can give you one super example. Like few year, I won't say few year, now it's like a few time back, we were under the impact of COVID. So those who were suited, those who were best suited, they, in terms of immune system, they survived, right? And nature eliminated others. So that was the one thing. That is a kind of a natural selection. Though today we know that was not a natural selection. Now moving on to the next. Now what is a natural selection? Natural selection is a process by which organisms that are best suited for their environment survive, reproduce. Some evidences are given here. Here, buddies, we have a very beautiful example, that is a industrial melanism. Now, what we are discussing is, do not be confused here, students. First, I was talking about what? The Darwinism concept. Then I was talking about the general characteristics which Darwin talked about. In that case, he talked about variation, super important concept. Second, he talked about the natural selection. Here we are discussing the natural selection in detail. Okay? So there is, every teacher, they follow a particular way of proceeding, and this is how I proceed. Now, natural selection. Now, natural selection mein one more example we have. For example, industrial melanism. So in England mein, before industrialization, you all know about this concept, right? It is very easy. So we will read it first. Let's complete this concept. There were more white-winged moth. Why? And what about these moth? Moth was Bitson pitularia. Were more before industrialization. Because at that particular time, the tree, the bark, was covered with lichens. This was a lichen. And lichens are good bioindicator, as they were present because industrialization was not there, soot was not there. So in that case, lichens were present. As lichens were present, so white-winged moth, Bitson pitularia, they can easily blend to the lichens, the white colored lichens, as compared to dark-winged or the melanized moth. The dark-winged are termed as Bitson carbonaria. Why? Because they were dark and they were quite visible on lichens, so they were preyed upon. After industrialization, Bitson pitularia or Bitson carbonaria, that is a black colored moth, they were more. White were less. You know the concept? When there was a pollution, as there was a severe pollution, because of that severe pollution, lichens were not there. So dark one, they can easily blend with the dark colored bark. Done? You know this concept, okay? Now, what is the reason? Before industrialization, there were white lichens covered the tree. In that background, white-winged moths survived, but dark-winged moths were picked up by the predators. After industrialization, the tree trunk became dark due to industrial smoke and soot. No growth of lichens. Under this condition, the white-winged moth did not survive because the predator identified them easily. Dark-winged moth survived because of suitable dark background. Yes? Okay? Yes. Okay. Good. So do we have any other examples also related to the natural selection? Any other example of natural selection? Antibiotic resistance. The bacteria, they are becoming antibiotic resistance. Yes. That is also one of the important concept. Same by the natural selection. So in natural selection, we have 3 different types. One of the type is, suppose this is a population. 3 different. Now earlier I was talking about the example of natural selection. Now I am talking about this. Clear? Yes? So let's have a look. Here this is a population of rat. Here you can see the albino rat are there. The dark coat color rats are also there. So this was the original population. There were the light color was also there. The dark colored were also there. Now suppose only some, dark colored are selected by nature. Dark colored are selected by nature. One of the very important concept over here is antibiotic resistance. That is termed as directional selection. That means only on one direction the, the evolution is occurring. One directional evolution is occurring. Yes. So that is a directional selection. Next is if we are selecting both the extreme, sickle cell anemia, extremes we are selecting. One heterozygotes and one the normal homozygotes. In that case, this is a diversifying selection. Directional means only one type. Diversifying means extreme type we are selecting. Now next is stabilizing. Mean population we are selecting. Human height. Various examples are there. Again, I am repeating the examples. So first is antibiotic resistance. Shall I write it here? Antibiotic resistance. So those which are antibiotic resistant, they are selected. Nowadays it is like what we are doing. Whenever we do not complete the course of antibiotic, so we become, that antibiotic in the next, infection, that will not occur. That will not function. The reason is the bacteria, they will become the antibiotic resistance. So that means only antibiotic resistant bacteria, they will be selected by nature. So this is antibiotic resistant. Another thing is, for example, you can take a milk. The cow who gives milk. This is not a nature one. We always select those cows which gives more milk. So that is also a kind of a, directional selection, right? We always want those cows who give lot of milk. Now, if I talk about the diversifying selection, here the sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia. Those who are normal RBCs, they will be selected, or those who are having heterozygotes to sickle cell, they will be selected. Next is stabilizing selection, mean population. We have a mean population of human height. Human height. Clear? Is this point clear, everyone? Okay. 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 So we are done with this. Now, we were talking about the Darwin. So these points should be there in your mind. Overproduction, struggle for existence, variation, heredity, survival of fittest or natural selection, origin of new species. Yahan tak everyone is clear? Any doubt? Any doubt, but buddy, still now? Okay, so come on, who is going to tell me who gave the concept of inheritance of acquired character? Write down in comment section. Write down in comment section who gave the concept of inheritance of acquired character. Come on, do it fast. Who gave the concept of inheritance of acquired character? Come on, I'm looking at your chat. Jaldi, everyone. Ridesh said, ma'am, it is Lamarck. Very nice, Ridesh. Good job. Very nice. So Lamarck is a correct answer. Acha, who gave the concept of who gave the Big Bang theory? Lamarck. Very nice. Who gave the Big Bang theory? Come on. Who gave the Big Bang theory? Come on. Lamarck. Okay, very nice. One student said Ravi. Ravi, you gave the concept of Big Bang? Stephen Hawking. Very nice, Ridesh. John Cena? Hey Bhagavan, what are you guys doing? Abe Lemaitre. Now next come the theories, next come the mutation theories. So forget. Yeah. Now next come the mutation theory. This is a third theory. First we talked about the Lamarck. Second we talked about the Darwin, and now we are discussing this. Okay? Then I will be talking about the Neo-Darwinism. Chalo. Abe Lemaitre. Very nice. The mutation theory was put forward in 1901 by Hugo de Vries. Super important. Now whatever theory the Darwin talked about, Darwin made there was a concept of variation. And the variation which Darwin talked about, they were directional selection, and they were showing the slow and gradual changes. Isn't it? Now we are talking about a mutation theory which was given by Hugo de Vries. This is what he said. He said that whatever changes are occurring, whatever variations are occurring, changes are occurring, variation is because of mutation. He said, as the name indicates, mutation. So he said variations are because of mutation. Mutation, he said, the random mutation occur and directional less mutation occur. Now listen very carefully. Whatever variation the Darwin talked about, that was having directional and they were showing the slow changes. But here, random and the directional less changes they were causing. And they were sudden. They were causing the fast changes as per the Hugo de Vries. Here speciation is a saltation. Saltation means single step large mutation. This is what he talked about. Clear? And he said mutation is the origin of variation for evolution. This was asked in All India PMT. This was 2012, and this was given by the Hugo de Vries. Now, what experiment he did? He did experiment on Oinothera lamarckiana, which is a primrose, evening primrose. He believed that evolution take place through mutation, not by minor variation. This is what he said. He said Darwin talked about some mutation which was minor, slow, and directional that lead to the gradual evolution. But no, whatever I am talking about the mutation, and mutation is the one which is responsible for the long, the directional less, the sudden changes. Okay, okay. ये point clear है? Now, do you know short and directional? Now, do you know the concept of here? Now, next comes the concept of Neo-Darwinism. Neo-Darwinism. Neo-Darwinism said whatever Darwin said, that was absolutely right. But we want to do some changes in the Darwin concept. Right? This is a topic which is recently added by NMC. This was the one which was given by Dobzhansky. This was the one which was given by Dobzhansky. It was further, supported by Fisher, Haldane, and Sewell. Fisher, Haldane, and Sewell. Given by, these are the supported by. Done? Clear? Now, what is this Darwinism all about? Darwinism, according to this, the Neo-Darwinism, he said the variations are because of, he did only one change. He said variation are because of variation reasons. One of the reasons which Darwin talked about was recombination. But he said not only it is a recombination, there are other things also. The first is the gene mutation. Gene mutation. Second is chromosomal mutation. Chromosomal mutation. This can also be due to migration. Some people, they are coming in the population. This can also be due to the genetic drift. This is what Dobzhansky, the Fisher, the Haldane, they talked about. Clear? Is this point clear to everyone? That's it. This was very easy. Dobzhansky, Fisher, Haldane, Sewell supported by, and they said variation reason is recombination, genetic mutation, chromosomal mutation, migration, and genetic drift. Okay. Now, can you tell me the difference between a gene? Gene means a small nucleotide sequence that is changing. Chromosome means some chromosome part is deleted, etc. and etc. Thank you so much, Ravi. Okay. So, migration means something is being added. Some new people, they are added. Clear? So, new things are added in the gene pool. Okay. Then immigration is there, emigration is there, genetic drift is there. Okay. Sometimes this can be due to the isolation also. Clear? So, if you want, you can add the isolation. Okay. Now, let's not waste any time. Let's move further. Now, let's move on to the next topic, that is a Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Bottleneck effect. Okay. Now, next move on to the concept of Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. So, Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium said gene frequency of randomly mating, which is also termed as panmictic population, panmictic population, tend to remain constant generation after generation. generation after generation. After generation under certain circumstances. Clear? Gene frequency. Now what they said, he said p square plus q square plus 2pq is always equal to 1. He also said p plus q is equal to 1. Now all my mathematics students, they will say, ma'am, this the formula we know. Clear? Clear? Now first thing is, what is p square? P square is what? It is a frequency. Clear? Are you getting my point? This is one frequency, this is another frequency, this is another frequency, this is frequency of allele. Now here let's talk about, first let's talk about what is P. That is gene frequency of, let's say, capital T. Clear? Q is gene frequency of small t. Clear? So they say capital T frequency plus small t frequency is also equal to 1. This is what they say. Either individual, they will be having capital T or small t, that is same. Now the second thing is, they said, what is p square? P square is allelic frequency. Allelic frequency of, let's say, capital T. That is a homozygous dominant. Q square is allelic frequency of capital T, sorry, small t. And what is 2pq? This is the frequency of capital T, small t, heterozygotes. This is what they said. Clear? They said under certain substances it is always equal to 1. But it will not be equal to 1 when there is gene recombination, then there is mutation, then the genetic drift, genetic flow, and the natural flow is there. Clear? Yes, one is dominant and another is recessive. Clear? Okay. Okay. Now, solve this question. P plus Q square, P square, Q square, 1 represent the equation used in. What is the correct answer? Randomly mating in a population, Ritvika. Randomly mating in a population. Come on, tell me, what is the correct answer? That's in the population genetics. Absolutely right. Good job. Acha. Okay. Appearance of antibiotic resistance bacteria is an example of. What is this? Come on. Come on. Do it fast. Yes, come on. What is this? Antibiotic resistance. Yes, absolutely right. Adaptive radiation. Okay, chalo, let's do some question. Let's do. Okay. अच्छा, इसके लिए बताओ. Fossils are generally found in. Fossils are generally found in. Let's do some questions now. ठीक है? उसके बाद we'll do the next concept. Then we will proceed further. Sedimentary rock. Clear? अच्छा, one thing. गड़बड़ हो. अच्छा, there is different. This will be a allelic frequency. ठीक है? This will be a gene. ये opposite हो गया ना? Because this will be a allelic frequency. Allelic frequency, because it's a single allele. Clear? And this will be the gene frequency. Okay. Done? Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about the evolution. Evolution of plants. So this is general diagram given in NCERT. So they said first chlorophytes came, then tracheophytes, then the rhinata and the xylophyton came, and this is how the different organisms, different plants species, they exist today. Clear? Clear? Yes. So that was a thing. So they said from the chlorophyte ancestor, today we have is a bryophyte, and then tracheophytes, then we have is a zoosterophyllum, and then they extended to herbaceous lycopods. And like this is an evolution. Only thing you have to remember is from these pelophyton we have is a pregmogerms, we have is the seed forms, then we have is a dicots, and then we have is a monocots. That means for the dicots and monocot we have a common ancestor. Yeah. Similar kind of thing is given over here also, right? Now here what do we have is these were the early reptiles which do not exist anymore. It were having two different parts. One is a sauropsid and second is a synapsids. We are evolved from the synapsids. Can you see? We are evolved. Mammals are evolved from synapsids. We are evolved from reptiles, again I'm saying. But from the synapsids we have evolved. But if I talk about the sauropsids say we are having the turtles, lizards, snakes, tortoises, crocodiles, and the birds. So these are the different, in different era, this is how we are evolved. Clear? From the different area. See, from this topic, question has not been asked. Only thing you have to remember is we are evolved from the synapsids. Sauropsids say other organisms, they are evolved. That's it. Some specific data I have which you have to remember. Clear? Some specific data I have which you have to remember, that I will show you now. So first thing is 500 million years ago, first organisms which were formed were invertebrates. Then 350 million years ago, the jawless fishes evolved. Then 320 seaweeds and few plants. Acha, who came on the earth's surface first? The plants or animal? It was the plants, right? First came the plants, then came the animal. 350 at the same time, some fishes, they migrated to land, and they used to go back to water. So they were the lobed fishes, the snout and the strong fin, because they can move to the land. So this gives us an idea that from the fishes, the amphibian came. So here the first fin lobe finch, the coelacanth, was found in South Africa in 1938. Clear? Now next is lobe fin forms the amphibian. Lobe fins because they can easily come to land, right? Amphibian evolved into reptiles. Dinosaur disappeared 65 million years ago. How did we got to know about it? With the help of the paleontological evidences, that too from the sedimentary rocks. Okay. Now, okay buddies, now we have to discuss the evolution of man. Last topic of this chapter. Then we will do some questions. Okay? Acha. Everybody, first of all, write down this came first and this came later on. I mean to say the sequence, starting from the Dryopithecus to Ramapithecus. Now, if you want to write down, you can write down the chart box. If you want to understand here, we will slowly understand how these organisms they are evolved and what type of questions they are asked from this topic. Okay? So first, we all know we are evolved from the Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus. Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus, in which the Dryopithecus were more ape-like. Ramapithecus, they were more ape-like. Human-like. 1.5 million years ago. Acha, dekho. I have a data here. Dinosaur disappeared 65 million years ago. And we came recently. 15 million years ago. Clear? So that means those catastrophic activities that happened at that particular time, due to which the dinosaur disappeared, that took millions of years. Clear? So that took millions of years. Due to that, the human formation, the human, evolution happened. So first is 15 million years ago, Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus, they were hairy, walked like gorillas and chimpanzee. One very important question is, Dryopithecus, they were more ape-like. Ramapithecus, they were more man-like. Very, very, very important. This has asked been asked in the Neet paper. Clear? Clear? Now, next is 3.4 million years ago, there were the man-like primates. Man-like primates. They were having the height of around 4 feet. Fossils of man-like bones found in Ethiopia and Tanzania. Can you tell me what were these organisms? Don't look it here. I'll tell you. Man-like primates, height up to 4 feet. Their fossils were found in Ethiopia and Tanzania. What were those? Come on, tell me. 3 to 4 million years ago. So they were having these features. What were those? They were your... Who were those? Australopithecus. So these were your Australopithecus. Australopithecus. So first came the Dryopithecus, Ramapithecus, then came the Australopithecus. Done? Clear? Australopithecus lived in East African grassland, hunted with stone weapons and used to eat fruits. Clear? Done? Next came the Homo habilis. Homo habilis came around 2 million years ago. Homo habilis. First human-like hominid. Now, did not eat meat. Did not eat meat. They did not eat meat. Clear? Achha, can you tell me what is the cranial capacity of Australopithecus? Cranial capacity of Australopithecus. Australopithecus and Homo habilis. Come on, write down. Very important. Because with time, the development was in terms of the bipedal locomotion. So gorillas, they used to walk like this. But with time, you know, with time, what happened was they evolved further, right? In terms of their cranial capacity, also in terms of various other features. Okay. So first comes the Dryopithecus, Ramapithecus, and then comes the Australopithecus. Come on, tell me. Everyone, for Australopithecus, what is the capacity? 400 to 600. Very nice. 400 to 600 cubic centimeter. 450 to 600. Clear? Then comes the Homo habilis. They were more human-like. Clear? Clear? So Homo habilis were 650 to 800. 650 to 800 cc. Clear? Then comes the Homo erectus with a large brain, 900 cc, and they used to eat. Clear? Homo habilis, Homo erectus. Now next is Neanderthals. Homo Neanderthals, whose brain capacity was 400 cc. They used to live in East and Central Asia, used to hide, protect their body, buried their dead. Then comes the Homo sapiens. Prehistoric cave art was developed by them. And what is their brain capacity, Homo sapiens? Homo sapiens, they are having brain capacity of around 1350 cc. 1350 cc. Clear? Done? Everyone? Clear or not? Now, can you tell me Cro-Magnon? What are Cro-Magnon and what was their brain capacity? Cro-Magnon. Kiska? 1200. It's around 1350 cc's. The Homo sapiens I am saying. Cro-Magnon. Cro-Magnon were the one, they were having the largest brain capacity, that is 1600 to 1700 cc. Clear? So first you have to understand is Dryopithecus, Ramapithecus, then came the Australopithecus, then came the Homo habilis. And after Homo habilis, what do we have is Homo erectus. After Homo erectus, Neanderthals, and then we are having the next one, that is a Homo sapiens. Clear? Now, would you like to do some questions now? First is the theory of spontaneous generation states that. Come on. This is the first question. नहीं, Cro-Magnon के पास there was a maximum cranial capacity that was around 1600 cc. Come on. Now tell me. The theory of spontaneous generation stated that life arose from the living forms only. Life arises from the living and non-living. Life arises from non-living things only. Life arises spontaneously, neither from living or from non-living. Come on. Chalo. Let's see who gives answer first. Come on, come on, come on. What is that? That is the non-living things. That is a spontaneous generation. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next one. Animal husbandry and plant breeding program are the examples of what we are doing. In animal husbandry, we look at the particular species and we just cross it because we want a particular kind of features in these organisms. So these are the reverse evolution, artificial selection, mutation, or natural selection. And here you can take an example of plant breeding program, animal husbandry. We want in the cow, there should be more milk. We want that cow. So what is that? Come on. What we are doing is, it is an example of what? What is this? Come on, Rohit. Come on, Ritvika. Chalo, chalo, chalo. Come on, tell me. What is this? What are we doing? That is a natural selection. Next is paleontological evidences of the evolution refers to fossils. Yes? Yeah? Now, next one. The bones of forelimb of vane, bat, cheetah, man are similar in structure. They are similar. Because what? Because what? They show common ancestor. They are similar in structure. Why? Structure similarity is there. Why? This is because they are having common ancestor. Okay. Moving on to the next is analogous organs arise due to A. See, convergent evolution, AC we love in summers. Isn't it? Okay. Next. This we have already done. Okay. Which type of selection is industrial melanism observed in moth, Bitson, Betularia? Come on, tell me. Farafat se. Which type of selection is there? There is directional selection. We are selecting Bitson, Betularia because lichens are there. So we are selecting only one type of species. Directional selection. Next. Which of the following is an example of a link species? Link species. What is that? Lobefish. Because this is the one which gives us an idea that fishes, they are evolved, and now fishes, they forms the amphibian. Variation occurring due to during mutation of a meiotic recombinations are. Come on, tell me. Due to meiotic recombination, which Darwin talked about. What is that? That is random. Come on, tell me. Random and come on. Oof. Random and directionless. They were not having any direction. Okay. One of the possible early source of energy was coming from UV rays and lightning activities. Okay. Next is abiogenesis theory of original supports. Come on. Abiogenesis. What does it support? It support spontaneous generation. Sudden there is formation. Okay. Now, very nice. Okay, moving on to the next. Who proposed the life form that could have come from pre-existing non-life organic molecules? Who proposed that the first form of life could have come from pre-existing non-living organic molecule? Who did this? This was proposed by option B, Oparin and Haldane. Okay, now next is, according to one of the most widely accepted theory, Earth atmosphere before origin of life was reducing with oxygen absent in O2 form. Oxygen was there, but it was bound to carbon, form the carbon dioxide and the NO2. Next is, according to Operon, which of the following was not present in primitive atmosphere of Earth? What was not present? Chalo. What was not present? What was not present? Yes, Itishri, oxygen was not present. It was reducing. Now, next is, the correct sequence of manufacture of compound on the primitive Earth is. Come on. Jali, 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 jali. Come on. What is that? That is this. First ammonia, then carbohydrates, then came the protein, and then came the nucleic acids. This is the sequence. Okay. Now, next one. Early atmosphere contained methane and other hydrocarbon. They have been now replaced by nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen. Come on. They are now replaced by okay, carbon dioxide, absolutely right. Now, the first life originated, come on, very important. First life originated where? In water, absolutely right. Okay. So today there wasn't some issue with the poll, so I did not take the poll. But in the next class, we will definitely take the poll. Okay. Now tell me, you guys can stay over here and you can ask whatever doubt you have. Now, if you like, ma'am, we are not able to understand this concept, can you please repeat again? I can do that. Come on. What is the issue? Come on. Yes, yes, yes. She'll come in the next class. I guess she's having the next class. I'm not sure. You will get to know. Okay. In the notification, you will get to know. Okay, Hishu? Thank you so much, Rohit. Okay. Now, any doubt? You want me to explain any topic again? Acha, genetic drift. Okay, chalo, I'll explain you the genetic drift. Genetic drift means what? Genetic drift means sudden change in the gene frequency. What is genetic drift? Genetic drift means sudden change in gene frequency. Sudden change in gene frequency. Sudden. Suppose some genes are eliminated. How? That, for example, some organism they died, or there is a reproductive isolation. So that sudden change is termed as a genetic drift. Thank you so much. Okay, now any other doubt? Sudden change. So because of this sudden change, Rohit, what happens is this frequency p square plus q square plus 2pq is not equal to 1 in that case. See, in a gene frequency of a randomly meeting, there is a population, there's a closed population. Okay, in that population the mating is happening, there is no change from outside, only inside there is they're making babies. In that case, the gene is not coming anything from outside, it's just that recombination is happening, but no new gene has been added, no one gene is being eliminated, so they will always follow this. But this will change, this one will change when there is a gene recombination, when there is mutation, when there is drift, when there is flow, there is a natural flow. Now, what is a migration? That means in a population, some new people from XYZ population, they're coming over here. Clear? And if they're coming to a particular place at a particular location, if they're coming, so definitely they're adding some new genes also. Yeah. Now, founder's effect is what? We have a population. See, we have a population. So, because of some reason, some population from that original population, they will be removed. They are removed. Suppose there is a barrier, they're not able to reproduce with each other. So that becomes a founders, right? From the main, founder, we have evolved the new species because there is a barrier. Now they cannot reproduce with each other. So that comes under the founders effect. They are now the founders. Okay, so that is this. So that will, founder effect also leads to the genetic drift. Because for that reason also, because it's like we have a parent population, some people, they are migrated. So that will comes under this. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. So I did my heart to explain you every topic. Again, I'm saying the evolution part is important. Australopithecus to the modern man and cranial capacity and everything should be on your tips. Okay. So hope you like the session. Thank you so much for the beautiful words, guys. See you in the next class. Till then, have a nice day. Bye-bye, guys. Take care. Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye. They are the factors which make the change. Thank you so much, Savita. Yes, these are the factors. Rohit Gupta, these are the factors along with the genetic drift. Any other doubt? I can stay here. Yes, they will change. That's not a graph. That's not a graph. That's an equilibrium. So see, normal cases also, why do we study equilibrium in chemistry? Because we have to study some factors and equilibrium doesn't exist. We always say, chemistry equilibrium doesn't exist. Similar here also, equilibrium doesn't exist. Or equilibrium, the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium came so that we can get to know about the gene frequency. We can get to know how different factors are affecting the allelic frequency. Suppose mutation is there, then how is the gene frequency changing? Suppose there is a migration, how is the gene frequency changing? So for that calculation, we have made this. But chemistry, maybe we have done the same thing. We have the different equilibrium. So why? Equilibrium to वैसे cannot exist. Equilibrium doesn't exist, isn't it? Right? So in our body also equilibrium cannot exist. We are exposed to an environmental condition. We take so many things from outside. So in natural life, yes, this is not possible. But to study, we introduce equilibrium. Okay, now I can go. Chalo. Okay, guys, have a nice day. Good night. Good night. Okay, see you in the next class. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you so much.